Hello, everyone. What is N here? Today is the 10th of April, 2025. I'm going to try to put a little bit more pep in my step in these videos. I feel like I'm kind of lethargic. Today, here, we have a post from Donald Trump. Based on the lack of respect that China has shown to the world's markets, I'm hereby raising the tariffs charged to China by the United States of America to 125% effective immediately. At some point, hopefully in the near future, China will realize that the days of ripping off the USA and other countries is no longer sustainable or acceptable. Conversely, and based on the fact that more than 75 countries have called representatives of the United States, including the Department of Commerce, Treasury, and the USTR, to negotiate a solution to the subjects being discussed relative to trade barriers, tariffs, currency manipulation, and non monetary tariffs, and that these countries have not, at my strong suggestion, retaliated in any way, shape, or form against the United States. I've authorized a 90-day pause and a substantially lowered reciprocal tariff during this period of 10%, also effective immediately. Thank you for your attention to this matter. This in turn caused the markets to pump. Let's pull up the XRP chart here. We were trading at the time of the news when it came out. Where were we sitting? The news came out. We were approximately 73.80 cents, somewhere in there, and I think this was the news candle. You could probably see it here. Yeah. So we were trading around 182, pumped up to 207, traded along 207 for a while, and now we came and we are kind of messing with that $2 support, of course, again, but this time it seems a lot weaker. It's sitting at 198 now. Um, Everyone was calling this bullish, but I was not. We're gonna go over here to crypto crypto. This is my Twitter account here. I made a post saying everyone is making bullish posts about XRP, but I believe just like the National Crypto Reserve stockpile announcement and the lawsuit termination news, XRP still has lower to go. We're currently trading on the bottom side of the 0.618 on the highest time frame. I elaborate a little bit more over here, but I was looking at the charts when this happened, and I realized, well, this kind of, again, if we always just zoom out on the weekly, it just looked like a retest to me. Daily, boom. Look, we closed lower, above the $2 level, but now, yeah, I think it's going to continue selling off, kind of just get some liquidity in the market. And I pointed out the past two examples. This day, of course, being the day that Trump announced the tariffs, or at the tariffs, that XRP is going to be in a national crypto stockpile reserve, XRP pumped, and then the following day, like I said, just like this event, it's going to get wiped out. And then the lawsuit ending, XRP winning a lawsuit was this day, and then followed by just a correct, like just continued downward selling into this left shoulder pattern. Um, and I think this tariff announcement is no different. We see the candle go up. It's just more money. Thank you. I think these markets are very, very heavily manipulated. And it kind of makes sense, especially when you realize that the Chinese yuan falls to the lowest level in 18 years. And this is actually a call I made last night. I have the clip here. I don't know, in my opinion, China might. You never know with China, the currency manipulation, of course, but I think the Chinese dollar might sell off. I think so, just by the chart. It's just simply a chart analysis. Could you make the argument? You can't make the argument that this is a head and shoulder, but it almost. I don't know. I don't really see a head and shoulders. I'm not calling it right there, but this is not a very healthy looking asset. Boom, there you go. Called it last night just like that. Got more calls in for XRP. We'll specifically see how those play out. But yeah, if we pull up the Chinese yuan chart, we see here, boom. This is a crazy looking chart, of course. But as I pointed out, zoom out, monthly, this thing's just been kind of selling off. This doesn't look anything new. I mean, of course, it's breaking this resistance or the support level, But I mean, this wasn't a healthy looking chart. It didn't look like it has much of a bounce. But I mean, there's always the possibility it grabs a little bit of liquidity, goes up. I mean, you wait to see, right? But so far, yep, it's selling off. It's breaking critical support, and yeah, let's on to the next. Here we see Paul Atkins is now SEC chair. He's pro crypto, pro innovation. It's game on. So, yep, new official SEC chair. Uh, he is pro crypto innovation, so it might be better than Gary Gensler. I sure hope so, right? Um, and even with this bullish news, I don't expect any price action. I mean, being in the XRP community for a couple years now, you got to get used to just hearing all this great news of Ripple acquisition, like there's banks partnering up, and it's just money that you know is going to be there, and price doesn't move, doesn't move. You know, I think that's just because this thing's manipulated and it's got to go places for it's got to go down before it goes up. You know, just to it's meant to go places. Um, it's very interesting. So even with pro crypto news, I wouldn't expect a pump, and a lot of people are upset about that. As you can see here, I had the fear and greed up 25 today. It's slightly up, right? Um, yesterday was like at 15. No, when was it? Last 30 days. Thought it was pretty low yesterday. Yeah, 15. And you know, we've just been trading in fear, extreme fear, in and out, trading in there. What? No, we've been trending in there. Of course, it's always good to just get a market sentiment. It's usually a good indicator whether it's a good time to buy or not. I still think this we're gonna have a really, really good time to buy. Not financial advice. None of this stuff is financial advice. All of this plays into what China says it's willing to negotiate tariffs but will fight to the end if the U.S. refuses to compromise. Again, we have this currency that's not looking too hot right now. This is the Chinese, yuan, and they're saying they're going to fight to the end. Well, I think the end is near if they choose to go that far. If this is not just some words that they're throwing around to scare people, I think the end might be near, and maybe they'll fight to it. I'm not saying they won't, but it doesn't look like there's much room left for the Chinese to be negotiating here. Um, and so yeah, just even here that it says China's willing to negotiate now. I don't know what exactly they're negotiating for, but I mean, maybe they can strike a deal, and maybe that'll be when I don't know. Just throwing it out there. Not saying it's gonna happen, but maybe when XRP is at $1.35, $1.80, maybe that might coincide with it. And then everyone's like, okay, yay, the tariff thing is over. We could resume this. Because remember, if I recall, I know Trump said it around the end of February or the beginning of February, I believe it was tariff. I don't know when Trump made the first tariff announcement. I remember calling off sell-offs. Let's see, this is January 30th. Boom. I remember because I watched this close below, if I recall. If I do, I remember. Oh yeah, XRP is gonna sell off, and then yeah, we started selling off. So yeah, beginning of February ish, and what was my point being? Basically, I think we just got to see this thing right down. I think we just got to see it right down. And yeah, maybe the news will come out. Yay, trade war's over. Resume bull run when XRP just so happens to finish this giant pattern that has happened before, but on now a larger time scale. Isn't that crazy to think about? Like literally, okay, we saw this, boom, we're seeing it again, way, way, way bigger, of course, but it's really the same thing. It's I think if there's ever been a safe bet, it'd be this one. I believe so. I could be wrong, not financial advice, of course. So thanks for watching. I guess like and subscribe. I don't think anyone watches these videos anyways. Look, literally like no views. Damn. But if anyone ever does stumble across this, they'll be like, damn, maybe in the future, hopefully I'm right. But damn, this guy was just like calling it. Who knows?